Welcome back, wrestling fans, to another action-packed breakdown of this week's WWE SmackDown, straight from Saudi Arabia, along with the latest news and rumors swirling around the wrestling world. We're diving into the highs, the lows, and everything in between from the go-home show before Night of Champions, plus some juicy updates on major WWE stars and storylines. Let's get right into it with our review of SmackDown, focusing on the good, the bad, and the downright ugly, followed by a deep dive into the biggest news stories making waves. Starting with the positives from this week's SmackDown, we saw a new champion crowned, which is always a thrilling moment for fans. Giulia emerged as the new Women's United States Champion, dethroning Zelina Vega in a match that showcased her growing connection with the WWE Universe. Giulia has been steadily building momentum, and this title win feels like a significant step forward for her career. Her ability to engage the crowd is improving, and WWE seems to be positioning her as a key player in the women's division. This title change was a refreshing move, signaling WWE's intent to push new talent and shake up the roster. Fans have been vocal about wanting fresh faces in the championship scene, and Giulia's victory delivers just that. Her journey from NXT to the main roster has been one to watch, and this win could be the catalyst for a breakout run. Another highlight was the tag team excellence on display, particularly from the duo of Rey Fenix and Andrade. Their match against DIY was a standout, arguably one of the best television matches of the year. The chemistry between Fenix and Andrade was electric, with their contrasting styles meshing perfectly to create a fast-paced, high-energy bout. The SmackDown Tag Team division continues to shine, with consistent focus and compelling matchups, while the Raw Tag division, by contrast, has struggled to maintain the same level of excitement. Fenix and Andrade have the potential to become a dominant force, and their performance this week only solidified their status as a team to watch. The crowd was fully invested, and the match delivered on every front, from technical prowess to high-flying spots. The last woman standing match between Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax was another strong point of the show. This feud has been intense, and the match brought a chaotic energy with innovative spots that kept viewers on the edge of their seats. While the match was entertaining, it also served as a fitting conclusion to their rivalry, allowing both women to move on to new storylines. Stratton's reign as women's champion has been a focal point of SmackDown, and this victory further cements her as a top star. The hope now is that WWE will pivot to fresh challenges for Stratton, giving her a chance to showcase her versatility against new opponents. The match was a testament to the strength of the women's division, delivering a hard-hitting spectacle that lived up to the hype. The final segment of SmackDown was a unique and unexpected treat, with CM Punk channeling his inner John Cena by adopting the Doctor of Thugonomics persona. Punk's attempt to roast Cena with some rap bars was a bold move, and while not every line hit the mark, Punk flubbed a few words. The segment was a creative risk that paid off. Some of his lines were clever and well executed, particularly the closing one, which drew a strong reaction from the crowd. This moment added a fresh layer of intrigue to their upcoming Premium Live event matchup, showing WWE's willingness to experiment with new ideas. Punk's impersonation was a fun nod to Cena's past, and despite some hiccups, it was a memorable way to close the show. Credit to WWE for stepping outside the box and delivering something unpredictable that sparked conversation among fans. On the flip side, there were a few elements of SmackDown that didn't quite hit the mark. One noticeable issue was the lack of aura surrounding JC Mateo's presentation. Since his debut on the main roster, Mateo has struggled to connect with audiences, and this week's show in Saudi Arabia was no exception. The crowd's reaction to him was lukewarm at best, with little engagement during his segments. WWE seems to be banking on his association with Solo Sikoa to elevate him, but that alone isn't enough to generate the heat needed for a breakout star. Mateo's character and presentation need a significant overhaul to resonate with fans. Without a clear direction or a compelling gimmick, he risks fading into the background, which would be a missed opportunity for a talent with his potential. Another disappointment was the performance of the Wyatt Six in the tag team division. While placing them in the tag division isn't inherently a bad move, their recent matches, including their title bout against the Street Profits, have failed to ignite the crowd. The audience was noticeably quiet during their match, a stark contrast to the usual energy surrounding the Wyatt Six. There's been some fan discussion about tweaking their presentation, with suggestions that Rowan should take a more prominent role in their featured tag matches. The group's eerie and unique vibe is one of their biggest strengths, but WWE needs to find a way to translate that into compelling in-ring performances that captivate audiences. Right now, their matches feel like they're missing the mark, and a course correction could be in order. The only truly ugly moment of the night came during the opening segment, which was marred by a significant technical issue. A power outage in Saudi Arabia caused the live feed to cut out during a key promo between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. This disruption lasted over 30 minutes, leaving fans watching on Netflix in the dark, quite literally. WWE didn't retape the segment for the international audience, which was a missed opportunity to salvage the moment. The outage was a major hiccup, marking one of the biggest technical errors since WWE transitioned to Netflix. While a humorous message about a camel chewing on a cable popped up, the reality was far less amusing. A power loss in Riyadh affected the entire production, including the control room and gorilla position. Despite the setback, the show had its share of solid moments, and the announcement that SmackDown will return to a 2-hour format next week is welcome news. The 3-hour runtime has been exhausting for fans, especially those staying up until 4 a.m. to watch, and a tighter show should help maintain momentum heading into Night of Champions. Now, let's shift gears to the latest news and rumors shaking up the wrestling world. The top story revolves around the chaos that unfolded during the opening 30 minutes of SmackDown. As mentioned, a massive power outage in Riyadh derailed the show, cutting off the live feed just as Randy Orton was delivering a promo. The issue, confirmed by PW Insider, stemmed from a venue-related power loss that affected WWE's entire production setup. This wasn't a Netflix or WWE issue, but rather an external problem that left the crew scrambling to restore the broadcast. Fans watching via Netflix missed the entire Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton segment, and while there were rumors of a reshoot, nothing materialized for the international audience. The segment may be re-aired for the US edition of SmackDown, but the incident highlighted the challenges of producing live events in unique venues. It was a frustrating start to what was otherwise a solid show, and WWE will likely take steps to prevent similar issues in the future. Next, CM Punk has found himself at the center of controversy following an incident in Saudi Arabia. A viral clip circulating on social media appeared to show Punk refusing a photo with a young fan, with some even accusing him of pushing the child away. However, the full context reveals a different story. The clip was cropped, omitting a security guard who was actively pushing the fan back, creating the illusion that Punk was at fault. According to a fan on X, the young fan was holding Punk's hand as the guard intervened, which explains the misleading visuals. Despite the backlash, Punk addressed the situation with grace, reportedly giving the same fan special attention later, likely in response to the social media uproar. Additionally, Punk faced boos during the kickoff event in Saudi Arabia, possibly tied to a past tweet directed at The Miz that some interpreted as disrespectful to the country. Punk took the opportunity to apologize, both to The Miz and to Saudi Arabia, clarifying that the tweet wasn't aimed at the nation. He expressed gratitude for being invited to the country, emphasizing his willingness to learn from past mistakes. This incident underscores the power of social media to amplify misunderstandings, but Punk's response showed his commitment to making amends. In other news, Roman Reigns is making waves outside the ring with a major Hollywood role. The tribal chief has been cast as Akuma in a live-action Street Fighter movie, a significant step in his burgeoning acting career. The Hollywood Reporter confirmed that Reigns will star alongside names like 50 Cent, who will play Brog, and Andrew Koji, who will portray Ryu. This casting news comes on the heels of reports from WrestleVotes that Reigns is slated to return to WWE in time for SummerSlam, though it's unclear when filming for the movie will begin. Reigns' ability to juggle his WWE commitments with his Hollywood aspirations will be key, but his larger-than-life presence makes him a perfect fit for the iconic Akuma. Fans are buzzing about whether Reigns can translate his in-ring charisma to the big screen, and this role could elevate his profile even further. There's also concern surrounding Logan Paul following an apparent injury at Money in the Bank. Paul reportedly hurt his shin during a high-risk move on the announcer's table, and his absence from recent WWE programming fueled speculation about his condition. However, Paul provided an update via his vlog, reassuring fans that the swelling in his shin has subsided and that he's structurally sound. He even teased performing the springboard moonsault again, calling it a devastating move for both himself and his opponent. While Paul is likely to return for SummerSlam, his opponent remains a mystery, but with 2 nights of action, WWE will undoubtedly find a spot for the former US champion. His resilience and showmanship continue to make him a polarizing yet undeniable draw. In a heartwarming update, Stephanie Vera's relationship with Miles Bourne has been confirmed. Rumors swirled after a photo of the two surfaced online, and Bourne himself put the speculation to rest with a tweet referencing his Chilean queen. Vera, a rising star from Chile, and Bourne, known as Lexus King, appear to be enjoying their time together, with Bourne mentioning a 4-day Disney trip with Vera. Whether WWE will incorporate this real-life romance into storylines remains to be seen, but for now, fans are delighted to see the couple's chemistry both in and out of the ring. Kevin Owens didn't hold back during a recent appearance on Cody Rhodes' podcast, where he candidly discussed his tag team title reign with Sami Zayn. Owens expressed frustration with WWE's booking, noting that he and Zayn faced the Judgment Day repeatedly during their run, which began at WrestleMania 39. He felt their reign didn't live up to the legacy of the Usos, despite their efforts to keep audiences engaged during Raw's lengthy 3-hour shows. Owens' honesty echoes sentiments shared by fans at the time, highlighting the repetitive nature of their feuds. His comments offer a rare glimpse into the challenges of working within WWE's creative structure. Rumors are also swirling about a potential main roster debut for Hikuleo, who was spotted with the WWE crew in Saudi Arabia. PW Insider reported sightings of Hikuleo, who has been competing in dark matches before SmackDown. There's speculation that he could debut as a backup for Solo Sikoa, possibly interfering in Sikoa's U.S. title match against Jacob Fatu. If Hikuleo does debut, it could shake up the Bloodline storyline and add a new dynamic to the faction. Braun Breaker addressed ongoing questions about his ring name during an appearance on The Undertaker's podcast. Fans have long called for him to use the Steiner name, but Breaker revealed that he had the option to use it in NXT but chose not to, feeling that his family legacy would always be attached to him regardless. He also shed light on the pressures of being a main roster star, noting that WWE performers are expected to be on at all times in public, with no room for bad days. This insight highlights the demanding nature of life as a WWE superstar. Rhea Ripley also made headlines, addressing her time under Vince McMahon's booking during an interview with Chris Van Vliet. She revealed that McMahon was unsure whether to present her as a face or a heel, ultimately deciding she looked like a heel, despite advice to the contrary. Ripley's comments paint a picture of McMahon's disconnect with NXT talent during his final years in charge. In the same interview, she defended Triple H against a fan's accusations on X, clapping back at claims that he was responsible for her confidence issues. Ripley attributed her struggles to the toxic bully mentality of some fans, not Triple H, showcasing her loyalty to WWE's current creative head.